So we've seen that relationships are important, and eventually you want some people in your life who can go that last 10% with you toward greater closeness or intimacy. And a great starting point on that is to learn how to be a friend and how to make friends. You know, in the Old Testament of the Bible, it talks about three kind of core relationships. We have neighbors. Those are the people who live near you. They're part of our community. Then you have your companions. Those are people who you hang around with. You have common interests and activities, maybe people you do sports with or whatever your interests might be. And we all have neighbors, and you actually may have many companions, but they're not all friends in the way the Bible talks about that word. The Bible word implies something more than that. A friend in the highest sense is someone that you like, that you have a genuine affection for, and that you care about a lot. And by care, I don't mean just emotionally, but you're willing to invest in their lives and care about them in some particular practical ways that we're going to take a look at. So I want to show you in this video some of the traits of true friendship, why it matters, and how to be that kind of friend. Now, in the Old Testament, the book of Proverbs tells us a lot about friendship. For example, in Proverbs 17, verse 17, it says, "A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity." This implies that your family sticks with you, and although that's not always true, it often is, but it tells us that a friend is like that as well. A true friend is like a brother or sister to you, and the evidence of that is what happens when times of difficulty arise in your life. We talk about fair weather friends. When adversity comes, they go. And this is how a friend is more than just a companion, because it says a friend cares at all times, not just when it's fun or when it's easy. And so the heart of true friendship is a faithfulness or a loyalty that holds fast even when things are going tough. That's the kind of friend that you want to be, and that's the kind of people that you want to pursue as your friends. Now, another proverb tells us more. In Proverbs 27, verses 5 and 6, it says, "Better is open rebuke than hidden love. Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses." Now, first he tells us what an enemy is like. When it says multiplies kisses, that shows that how an enemy might flatter you or heap affection on you in maybe a stealth approach to actually hurting you in the long run. But he says, by contrast, a friend tells you the truth. He talks about an open rebuke. Now, that open rebuke might hurt. It might make you feel wounded, but it says that wound from a true friend can be trusted. A good friend then is somebody who's willing to tell you the difficult truth. They're actually going to help you by telling you something that you maybe really need to hear. Now, an enemy will stab you in the back, meaning that it's sneaky and you don't see it coming. But when a friend confronts you for your best, I call that stabbing you in the front. Yes, it still hurts, but it's honest and it's healthy and it's for your best interests. And what that implies is to be that kind of friend, you have to earn that trust, and we earn it through that faithfulness or loyalty that we spoke of earlier. Now, another passage in the Bible that talks about friendship is Ecclesiastes chapter 4. It says, "Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up." The first thing we see here is that a friend is someone who comes alongside you in your labor. In other words, the things that you're working on, the areas that you want to succeed, and a friend can help you in those areas where you're trying to move forward in your life. But beyond that, a friend is also somebody who comes along and helps you when you fall down. And not just when you fall down physically, but any time that you falter, that you stumble in life, a friend is there to help lift you up. And he says it's a sad thing when there's no one you can call on to help you when you're down. And then finally, as we move into the New Testament says a lot about relationships. And here in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2, he says, "Be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love." To bear with someone means putting up with another person's faults and quirks. that we're patient with the things that might annoy each other, elements of personality maybe that rub the wrong way, or just different things that we're into. And he says you're a true friend if you're patient and bear with those kind of things in the other person's life. And so with all of that in mind, I want to encourage you to stop the video and talk about these questions that you see now on the screen about how to be a friend.